And I am lamenting in like a first world problem kind of way that the book that had come out 6 months earlier was at 243 written reviews. And I just really wanted it to hit 251 so I could say over 250. Wah, wah,
Right.
right? Like, cry me a river. And she's very subtle. Like, this is not someone I talk to nonstop. It's not someone I check in with weekly, but she has cuts through and says things to me that has transformed my life on multiple occasions. And she just looked at me and said, "Why are you not a book launch coach?" And I had realized she'd asked that question 3 or 4 times in 7 years. Now, 7 years earlier, I declined to pursue it because I was trying to become a networking expert. And I had a one track mind and I was a singular focus and I didn't want to be known for other things. And people did start to know me for that. And it was actually, in my mind, taking away from my ability to be known for this thing that I want to get paid for. So now we've fast forward 7 years, and I am now a multi-passionate entrepreneur. I have embraced the idea of having lots of hyphens after my name. I am not a singular thing. I have many ways of showing up and offering value in the world. Well, let's see. Literally in that split second, all this happens in my head. I will need to build like a referral network. Do I know the right people for a referral network? Do I know enough authors? So a month later, it's November, it's 2 weeks before Black Friday, and I have this epiphany to build out this cross promotion for Kindle for Black Friday. And my assistant and I built the plane while we were flying it, and I had a free option and a $25 option. Made a few $100, gave it to my assistant, proved that I do know authors. We had 50 people in the first campaign. And in December, I made $15,000 in unexpected revenue. And I know it was unexpected because I'd already given my numbers to my accountant and I had to revise. And she was like, "You owe me more money in taxes. That's a good problem." And I was like, wow. And it wasn't from that campaign, it was from people who I engaged with who hired me either to help them with their book launch, which was still not a full offer. It was like a thing I was sort of still doing for friends, not something I had on a website, and or coaching. People hired me just for business strategy because they were like, "You can help me with this." So I started to do research calls, right? I'm a research kind of guy. And a month into that, January of 2024, I was like, okay, everyone's saying that my concept of doing launches is unique, but it makes sense. And this referral network I'm looking for entrepreneurial authors who are writing books to grow their business does not exist. And people want to know how they can join it. So I started piloting what became the BizBook Pub Hub, which is now this enormous resource ecosystem. I am a small piece of it. I host events, I do a podcast. We do these campaigns 3 times a year that are Kindle flash sales, which is what that that campaign back in 23 became. And I finally came out with my fourth book, which is about launching a book, which is a very meta thing to do. And it's called Launch Your Book, an entrepreneur's guide to reviews that drive revenue. And it had to have a really strong launch because it's a book about getting reviews. And I'm very proud to say that it has 242 written reviews right now, came out just a few months ago. And most of those reviews came out in the first month of the book being in existence. I had a goal of 200 reviews and definitely was able to hit that and then keep going. But I'm not stopping. I want to have hundreds, 500. I want to have 1,000 reviews. It's a really good book. And I'm trying to change the conversation with authors about what metrics matter and what are vanity metrics that are a waste of your time, money, and effort.